Good morning, Hank. It's Friday. Well, congratulations on another successful VidCon, but Hank, this week has left you in a very unenviable spot indeed. By now, most frequenters of YouTube have heard about the Anita Sargon of Akkad saga. The incident has certainly received a lot of covfefe. Hank, I think you fumbled this one, but I'm not going to lecture or preach. Instead of arguing facts and opinions, Hank, I simply want to talk to you about human instinct. Today, let's talk about body language and how others perceive it. I once went to one of those nerdy educational summer camps. When I say nerdy and educational, I mean I had to sit through a class where they taught us speed reading and information retention tricks. It was in that class that I was first exposed to the study of body language. We learned that an easy way to absorb information was to position our bodies in our chairs in such a way that would maximize listening engagement. Armed with that knowledge, I became more aware of other people's body language when listening to others speak. Fast forward to today, I've read Anita's commentary on her actions, I've read your justification and defense of her breaking VidCon rules, and I even learned about Boogie2988's run-in with Anita backstage. I read more about that incident once I learned of it, but it wasn't until just recently that I actually saw the video of Anita and Boogie on stage during the cyberbullying panel. Hank, have you seen that video? Enough rambling on, I'll get to my point. Hank, I've gone ahead and enhanced that video, and I want you to watch it again and again if necessary. Watch that video of Anita and Boogie, and pay attention to all of the panelists' body language, including Anita and Boogie. The three ladies on the right all show classic signs of engagement. For most of the video, they're all looking at Boogie as he speaks. There are smiles, smirks, subtle laughter, and even a look of shock and surprise. These ladies are actively listening to Boogie speak. They're empathetic. They're respectful. Now, to be fair, Anita exhibits many of those same classic signs. She does look at Boogie, but not as frequently, mostly just glances. It appears she's leaning back where the others are mostly leaning forward. Frankly, it almost looks as if Anita is texting under the table or something. Not saying that she is. Anyhow, it's very clear that Anita is a person who is not engaged with what Boogie, the speaker, is saying. Hank, you're asking, so what, am I right? So, let's bring in the other facts that we know about Boogie and Anita's interaction and see if you still stand by Anita's actions towards Sargon. According to Boogie and another panelist, Anita confronted Boogie right after this panel ended. Her chief complaint was that she felt it wasn't fair nor right for Boogie to launch into such a deep topic when the panel wouldn't have time to unpack it all. Her words, not mine. However, going back to the body language, does it appear to you like Anita is intently listening to Boogie? Rather than being interested in a conversation, Anita looks more adversarial. Like two opposing debaters, where Boogie is speaking, but Anita is just thinking about her next point, rather than actually listening. Considering Anita's professional work, the topic of the panel you invited her to speak on, and her various tirades against disrespectful people, Anita really comes off like a bully in this video, don't you agree? And she doesn't even have to say a word. You can see it all in her body language. That's the beauty of the human instinct, if you know what to look for. Her defenders will say, maybe she was distracted. Maybe she was texting under the table. Maybe there was a minor emergency that couldn't wait for the end of the panel. But Hank, Anita had time to confront Boogie afterward, didn't she? And according to him, they sat and talked for upwards of 15 minutes. It doesn't sound like something urgent came up. She didn't run off the stage, did she? I don't know, Hank. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. I can certainly discount the fact that maybe Anita just has our solid resting bitch face, and that's what's creating the illusion of negative body language. But Hank, common denominators. At not one but two panels, Anita Sarkeesian has admitted to creating some strife and commotion, one in front of attendees, and the other backstage in front of fellow panelists and staff. In light of these facts, and what I'm seeing in the video, you really mishandled this whole situation, and you owe both Boogie and Sargon an apology officially from your organization. The childish high school drama is expected from the audience, based on demographics, but not the stage. Hank, isn't that why VidCon has rules? To keep the angsty teenagers under control? Sad thing is, Anita's over 30. Thanks, Hank. I'll see you on Tuesday.